Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Galactopod, where we talk about a galaxy worth of different topics. My name is Nico.
My name is Logan.
And if you watched the episode last week, you'll see that we reviewed Arcane Season 1, which means that this week we are going to be doing a short review on Arcane Season 2, because it did come out like a year and a half ago or so. Let's just start. Do you want to start with pros and cons after we give our ratings? Or pros? Do you want to start with pros or cons after we give our ratings?
We started with cons for episode 1, so we should probably do the same for episode 2. Yeah.
You want to start with cons?
Yeah.
Okay, we can start with cons.
We've got something to talk about there.
Okay,
we've got something to talk about.
First, let's give our ratings. You ready? Okay. Our ratings for Arcane Season 2 out of 10. 3, 2, 1, 6.5. You gave it an 8?
It still had a lot of pros. Like, it still had a lot of really good things about it.
Okay, before we talk about it though, I do want to say this. I learned this back the first time I watched it. They went from a whole team of writers to 3 singular writers because of COVID. So that explains a lot of the stuff.
No, but there's still so many good things about it that I can't.
There are a lot of good things.
Like a 6.5.
But some of the bad things are just so bad.
Some of the bad things are really bad, but there's so many good things that I can't justify giving. Like, the lowest I would have given it is a 7. But I still think that the good things that I really liked in this season still put it up to an 8.
I don't know, man. So, the bad stuff in this season, because a lot of it really does.
If I gave Fallout Season 2 an 8, I kind of have to give this an 8.
No, because I think Fallout Season 2 wasn't as, because the reason why I give it a 6.5 is because I feel like it kind of erased so much of the work from Season 1.
For some characters.
For some big characters, it erased a lot of the work.
Yeah, well...
And it's just I don't think, even though I think Fallout Season 2 kind of did that with Fallout Season 1, it wasn't nowhere near to the same extent. Nowhere near. And, some of the bad stuff in Fallout Season 2 doesn't compare to the bad stuff in this season at all.
Yeah, maybe.
But you say you want to start with cons, right?
Yes.
All right, give me your first con.
I don't have a lot written here, Jesus. Okay, my first one is, I'm just going to be why the fuck did they bring Vander back?
Well, he never died in Season 1.
Technically, but he should have. That was a really good way to end. Those first 3 episodes of Season 1 were perfect, pretty much.
Yeah, but because here's the thing, I kind of thought that at first until I went and rewatched Season 1 when we reviewed it, and I was like, he never actually died, because I thought he died.
Yeah, I did too.
But, the last time you see him, he's being dragged off by Dr. What's his name?
Singed.
Yeah, Singed, but, they actually give him his actual name in the season.
It's Singed.
No, it's Dr. Revek or some shit.
Oh, yeah, but he goes by Singed at this point.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, but, whatever. That guy, the last time we see him, he's being dragged off by that guy. So they set it up. The issue is that we didn't see it at all after, the first 3 episodes, and then he comes back again. It's, kind of bad.
Yeah, and
I'll say that I don't think they brought him back in the right way.
That's kind of while I was watching that, I'm like, dude, it kind of feels like they just ran out of stuff to talk about. So
because
put that, or they didn't know how to connect.
He's a champion in League of Legends.
Well, yeah,
Warwick.
Yeah.
He's not Vander in League. He's Warwick. He's the fucking
the beast.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that, but it's it kind of feels like they didn't know how to bring or connect Jinx to the rest of the storylines. Or they didn't know how to bring Jinx and Vi back together after what they did in episode 2, I think it was, with the fight and then the almost killing.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It just feels like they didn't know how to bring them back together, so they just kind of
That was pretty bad, yeah. Okay.
You didn't like the fight?
I thought the fight was good. I didn't like the writing around the fight, though.
There was
a lot of writing surrounding Vi and Jinx that I despised.
There was one very specific thing, and I don't think it was about Jinx, but it was more about...
The writing around Vi and Jinx I despise, but I'll talk about that later. I'll give my first con. My first con is the first scene of the season is Mel and Jace, and then you do nothing with their relationship in the whole of the season. They did nothing. Nothing. They did literally 0.
Well, yeah, that was actually another one of my cons, bro. Mel got kidnapped, and they never fully... other than the fact that, the Black Rose wants to use Mel's power, they never explained why. They never explained what they would use
I got some shit to say about the Black Rose, by the way.
I also do.
That's just a brief
so
mention.
bad. The Black Rose, it was...
I think Mbessa, briefly mentioned... Or, I think it's Salo briefly is, if she's gone this long, she's not going to come back. But, that's the only thing you hear about Mel when she's kidnapped.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
you don't see Mbessa react this, or no, she says something. She's like, they took my daughter.
Yeah, and then she doesn't really do anything about it. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Should I just move on to a bigger one?
My next one is a big one, so you can give a big one too.
I just despised Mbessa. Like, I don't think she was a
Thank
good
you, bro.
character.
I brought this up in season 1. And I couldn't really elaborate on it as much as I wanted to, because even though I thought she was bad in season 1, the reasons why I hate her character is in this season. She is so bad.
It's like I feel like it completely her character completely contradicts herself multiple times. Like her like claiming to care about her family. She's like, or what was the line in season 1 where she's like, I sent you away because looking at you made me weak or something like that.
Yes.
And then it's like,
and you find out the real reason is because of the Black Rose shit.
Yeah, because of the Black Rose shit. But then it's like and then they introduce. Oh, do we even know what happened to her brother?
No, they never really say what actually happened.
I mean, it's just assumed the Black Rose killed him.
Yeah, the Black Rose killed him trying to find out whether he was the kid.
Yeah, but like,
which was like, I guess, bro, I don't know. Like, that was...
It was stupid. Like, I hated everything.
Which is so dumb, because if you look back when she came in season 1, and this is something, like, I couldn't really bring up when we reviewed season 1, but the reason she's back, that she tells Mel, is they got your brother, and those people are trying to come for the rest of my family. I'm trying to make sure you're safe, right? Yeah. So in her trying to make sure she's safe, why is she then going to Piltover and bringing the attention over to Piltover?
Yeah, no, it's like, stupid. It's bad writing.
It's so bad. It's like, if you wanted to keep Mel safe, why go to Mel at all?
Yeah, you could have just sent a letter.
You could have just like sent a letter or
a messenger,
or like just don't say anything and just leave her alone, because the reason why they found Mel is because Ambessa went over there and the Black Rose found Ambessa.
And Mel was literally happier before her mom got there.
Literally, dude.
It's like, dude, because Mel
was living her best life before Ambessa got there.
Mel was only in, I think, 3 episodes this season, or she might have been in 4.
Bro, oh my god!
But, like, so
they sidelined the fuck out of her while also giving her an insanely massive plot line, which is insane.
But it's like 80% of what we see of her on screen is just her directly trying to oppose her mom. It's like, dude, you do all of that and you just throw her away entirely. And it's like, I actually liked Mel's character when we saw her in the season, but it's like,
I didn't like her that much, but like, I tolerated her. And like, here's the thing, it's not that I don't even like her character, I don't like anything they did with her.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
No, I liked her getting powers. I liked that.
I'll explain why I don't like that later.
I'll explain why I like it later when we get to the pros.
I'll get my next one. This was like one of the biggest icks I had with it the first time I watched it, was Vi becoming an enforcer.
Yeah, no, that was
what
horrible.
In the actual fuck were they thinking in that writer's room? Like, I can't even begin to explain how awful of a decision that was.
That was awful.
It's borderline character assassination for Vi, genuinely.
And the thing is, I think they actually did, after that scene, after they made her the enforcer and after her and Caitlyn split off, I think they actually did pretty good with Vi's character outside of... Like, I think they did a lot of good things with her character after that. Like, I think her in the arena was really nice. I think her reconnecting with Jinx and Vander was nice. But, bro, her joining the Enforcers was just bad.
That was so bad.
Stupid writing.
Thematically, it goes against everything she stands for. And with Silco dead, there's almost zero reason why she would still be against Zaun. And also, this is another thing. I didn't even notice this the first time I watched it. The disrespect to wear an Enforcer uniform with the same goggles that Clagger wore is insane. Yeah. Like, that is so crazy.
It was bad, dude.
And
the fact that she carried those gauntlets around for the rest of the show, I was like,
oh my god.
Even if they're
she carried the gauntlets around because they needed a reason to give them to her, because in the game she has them. But it's still terrible.
Yeah,
like, it's terrible.
It's bad writing.
It's so bad. All right, give your next.
They could have just had her had Caitlyn steal some for her or something like that, dude. Like, it's so much. Okay, my next one. I think Caitlyn's character in this season might have been one of the worst characters. I'm not gonna lie,
dude. She had like her own little like Nazi arc where she just like gassed all of Zaun. Like,
dude, bro. I'm so serious, bro. If you take a fucking flip-flop and start flopping it to side to side, her character changes more times than that, bro. Like, she goes from the first episode, she's like with I actually have it written down, a direct quote from wait, let me see it to load. So Vi goes, just promise me you won't change. She goes, I promise I won't change, and then immediately tries to blow a kid's head off. Yeah. Like, dude.
And then gets mad at Vi for stopping her, and then gets a fucking new bitch right after.
And bro, oh my god, that made me so mad. I mean, like, bro, starts dating that girl. Her and that girl had zero chemistry.
Bro, she did not give a fuck about that bitch. Maddie, whatever her name was. Yes. She didn't give a fuck about that girl.
But then she immediately flips back to Vi, and then
literally,
and then they both immediately forgive each other. I'm like, dude.
I'm gonna say something about that when she goes back to Vi, because there's something I want to say about that so badly. But yeah,
and the fact that she just kind of like I'm not gonna say forgave Jinx, but kind of like just forgot about it because Vi was like, it's okay now. I'm like,
oh my god, I have so much shit to say about that, bro.
It's like,
oh
dude, there's so many. There's so
much like layers on how wrong some of the writing decisions are.
There was a lot of.
It's like they make one bad decision, which leads into another one, which then creates another bad writing.
Okay,
like,
there was a lot of good things they did with the season. The actual story of the season.
The story was the worst part, and I hate that. That's like the one thing I like. I don't care if you get the animation peak. I don't care if you make the character design good. If your story is ass, I'm going to not like it, bro.
Yeah, that's because there were actually a lot of things I liked, which obviously we're going to talk about those in a bit. But you want to go to your next one?
I'm going to go to my next one. This one, oh my god, it got on my nerves so bad. And it's the reason why I pretty much don't like anything to do with Vi and Jinx this season. It's because Vi giving up on Jinx after she literally pushed her to the edge while Jinx was already in a very extreme manic episode, which was significantly intensified because of Shimmer, was so stupid, bro. Jinx snapped and did something stupid while in an extremely vulnerable state, which, by the way, is exactly what happened in the beginning of season 1, which is what made her Jinx in the first place. And Vi still repeats the same behavior and gives up on her again. And I'm like, dude, some of the dialogue between the two sisters is like so insulting to Vi's character because there's multiple things she says to Jinx that she would have never said in season 1.
Yeah.
Like,
do you have an example though?
Like, okay, like I don't have them written down, but I can think of one. It's probably like, dude, where she's like,
where she was like, "Come here, is your father too?"
You know, not even that. It's not even as much those kind of moments. It's like the moments where she's like actively insulting her and acting as if like Jinx is like this like outright evil person.
Oh yeah, no.
And it's like, dude,
when she goes like, you killed my sister.
Yeah, and like stupid shit like that. It's like, dude, that is your sister. That like Powder was always capable of this from the start, bro.
It feels like they wrote her that way to enhance the relationship with Caitlyn in the first 2 episodes.
It's like, dude, it's so stupid. She's like, oh, you're not my sister. Da-da-da. It's like, dude, her killing Silco is the exact same thing she does in the beginning of season 1. It's the exact same context. She accidentally kills someone she loves. It's the same thing. So, like, why all of a sudden is it, no, you're different now. You've changed. You're not. It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
This is another thing. I don't even have this written down. This is another thing. I actually liked Jinx's, like, character and what she did up until, I want to say, the 8th episode.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Because her 8th episode, the 8th episode where she just goes and has another, like, manic attack and starts destroying shit again and all of that, I'm like, dude, what the like, that completely betrays the development that you had her go through for the rest of the season, where it's like,
bro, it's because I think these writers genuinely had no idea what to do with her.
Bro,
no clue.
I'm gonna talk about it more in the pros, but I liked the kid. I like that Jinx had a stick.
Oh my god, you liked Isha?
Is that the kid's name?
Yeah, bro, I fucking hated Isha.
Why do you hate Isha?
I'll explain why I hate Isha.
But I like that it gave Jinx
all.
and there was multiple lines where it's like it gave Jinx a stabilizer basically, and I liked how they progressed her character. I didn't love the hero stuff. I liked the vigilante kind of thing that they had going on, like episode 1, I want to say. But I didn't like the hero stuff. I didn't like the murals on the wall.
Yeah, that was so bad.
The murals on the wall I hated, but like I get why they're there, kind of, because it's like, oh, you hate because it's called Zaun. That's what they're on the
Zaun,
yeah. Zaun hates the council because how the council treats them. She destroyed like almost all the council. Like I get why they're there, but I didn't like it. It kind
that's still not enough.
Because a lot of people in Zaun still didn't like Jinx, even when she was working with Silco.
Okay, talking about Isha, bro. Vi only switches up after Isha dies and tries telling Caitlyn that Jinx changed. It's like, dude, she's the same person. It's like she's been the same person from the start of the season to the end of the season. She's the same exact character.
No, yeah, Jinx. No, that's why I say I kind of like, because it's like Jinx's character. She had the stabilizer, and even though I didn't like the manic episode, it makes sense because she had the stabilizer, which was the little kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. I guess
I really like.
My next one is about Isha.
I really liked Isha. I thought the scene where she dyed Isha's hair blue was cool. But I will say, this is one of the things I had written down. I forgot to say. I think Caitlyn is the worst blue-haired character in this season, and that's including all of the Jinxers.
Well, none of the Jinxers were actual characters, to be fair. The one we saw the most of had like 2 lines, and that was the one black girl who died.
Caitlyn is still the worst character, the blue-haired character.
Well, yeah, because bro, they turned Caitlyn into literally like just a fucking. Like a gas bomber. Like she literally, bro.
She was so bad.
The second she got the Kiramman key and she sees the ventilation system, her first thought is, "Let's gas them, guys.
Yes,
let's be Nazi Germany and just gas all of Zaun." Like, oh my god, that was so bad.
Can we say that on the YouTube?
I think we can say that. We just can't say the guy's name. I think.
Oh, okay.
That's probably the one thing. If I had to guess, I think that's what we can say. But we should be fine. Let's just move on.
Same.
Give your next one.
This is also a kind of really big one.
Okay.
All of the time travel in different realities. I kind of liked the different realities because it brought Echo back into the season. I thought he was one of the stronger characters, even though he had zero screen time.
Yes.
Heimerdinger as well. I like
Heimerdinger also was barely in the fucking time travel stuff either. So
but it's like, dude, why?
He made a decently good part, but he wasn't actually like on screen.
But it's like, why are we doing time travel? Why? Showing Echo and Jinx's relationship where Jinx, or is she Powder or Jinx in the timeline?
She's Powder. She never became Jinx.
Yeah, showing Echo and Powder, I think I really like that, and obviously everyone loves that. Like, I've seen the edits for that shit. But but it's like, why are you doing different realities? That's so like betraying what you kind of had going.
I didn't really mind the different realities. I just
hate different. I hate multiverse stuff. I hate different realities.
Because the thing is, it's not really a different reality because all of it isn't real. Like, none of it is actually real.
Yeah, but
all of that is just like a fabrication of the Arcane. That's not real.
Yeah, you've never seen it, but like, even in Naruto, when they had the thing, it was like this thing where they put them in like a permanent illusion kind of thing, and I hated it then. It's
but that's I agree with you. I never really liked that kind of stuff. I think a lot of stuff that came from it was actually really good, but I don't like the concept of it. Because that's the thing, it isn't, like, even though it's not technically an alternate reality, it's just technically, like, just them touching the Arcane, and that's what they see. That's still pretty bad. I didn't like it at all. Like, or like, just the concept, because I think it's just such a cop-out for writing.
I have a question. And I'll just do it now. Over the course of both seasons, what are your top 3 characters?
Well, it depends, because in my mind, Season 1 Jinx and Season 2 Jinx are different characters.
You have to combine them.
I have to combine them?
And they're not different characters. They're very much the same character.
No, man, no.
Her writing. I mean, it makes.
I'm gonna do like a big thing about Jinx later, but like
I will say, even though I don't like some of the stuff they did with Jinx, it makes sense. I'll say that about her character at least. Like, I see what was going through their head when they were like, I see.
I know I can see the reasoning why. I just don't agree with the reasoning at all.
I don't like how they. Yeah. I don't like I like the vigilante. I didn't like the hero. That's what I will say. I didn't like Jinx.
I got a lot of stuff to say about Jinx. But if I had to give like top 3, it would probably still be Jinx because of how much I liked her in Season 1. Probably be first. Second, I don't know. I would have said Vi, but I hate her so much in Season 2 that I can't. See, I think number 2 is probably Echo. Number 2 is Victor and number 3 is Echo.
That's mine. I have Victor first, and then I have probably Jinx second, and then
if Jinx was just slightly worse in Season 2 or just slightly not as good in Season 1, Victor would have been first.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about Victor in this season. I actually loved his character.
Me too.
And I liked his character in Season 1 as well.
Yeah. I fucking loved Victor.
Yeah, Victor was my second favorite character in Season 1, only because, like, bro, if he got as much screen time as Jinx did, but it's like, dude, Jinx in Season 1 is also just, like, by far the best.
One of the best female written characters we've ever seen.
The best character from this entire franchise, including the game. Like, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, Heimerdinger. No. He has no screen time.
He doesn't do enough.
He has no screen time. He can't do anything. But yeah.
And like in the beginning of Season 1, he was a little annoying. But he got way better.
It was annoying, but it's like, it's also understandable why he
Yeah, and he got way better after, so it's fine. But alright, I'm gonna give my next one.
They did just make him a comedic relief character. Like him trying to sneak into his own lab. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that was kinda stupid. But I'll give my next one. And my next one is actually about Isha. We were talking about her earlier. The only good thing Isha does is die. And let me explain why. Jinx's character barely progresses, if any, because of Isha. The only time we see Jinx's character actually change because of Isha is after she dies. And it also makes Vi's character worse when she still thinks Jinx is irredeemable even after she takes Isha under her wing. And it's not until she dies that she realizes that Jinx was actually never irredeemable in the first place. Because the thing is with Isha, bro, I didn't dislike Isha as a character. She never actually did anything wrong that I didn't like. It was the fact that it literally was, in my opinion, kind of a way for the writers to be like, you know, like I think one of those writers probably watched too much of like The Last of Us or The Walking Dead video game. They're just like, let's just give her a kid. And it's just like, it just really didn't work. Because number one, she doesn't talk, which, yes, obviously it's representation for people who are mute, They didn't make it good though. And number two, it was just like a lot of the reason why she's there is to draw parallels to when Powder was younger. But it's like, that's what her entire mental illness was for in Season 1. And you just basically took all of that away. And I just didn't like it for that. Like, I didn't like the writing purpose of Isha at all.
I disagree with a lot of what you just said.
I didn't like the writing purpose of Isha at all.
I disagree with a lot of what you just said.
All right, what do you disagree with?
Well, one, I like that she was mute. I had that in my pros, actually. Two, her being there, it wasn't just as, like, it didn't stagnate Jinx's character, and even if it did, that was the point. That was kind of what it was supposed to be, is that we saw a stabilized Jinx. We didn't see, like, because even when we saw
her... the point is, Jinx is not supposed to be stabilized. She just killed Silco.
Yes, but
she's not supposed to be stable. She's under Shimmer. She's not supposed to be stable at all.
That's the thing. Let me explain. That's the first time since Vander where she had an actual good influence in her life. That's the whole point, is that Jinx's character is supposed to be represented as mentally a little kid. Her actions, everything about her is based on the influence she has on her. That's why, what's her name? Isha? Mm-hmm. That's why she's the influence. That's why Jinx, when she originally planned to just basically rot away because of how much she destroys with everyone that she gets close to after, I think, episode 2, when she realizes Isha's captured, that's why when she goes to save her, is because Isha is meant to be like kind of the contrast to Silco, and how, because Jinx Powder was always going to turn into Jinx to an extent, but Silco made it 1,000 times worse.
Yeah.
Which we can both agree on.
Yes.
Isha is meant to contrast that. Isha's meant to be like, there's a stabilizing force.
Here's my point to counter that. Yes, Isha was meant to contrast that, but the way she did it was like, okay, like, in season 1, the one who was meant to contrast that was Vi, and she pushes Vi away because she's jealous that she's with Caitlyn, right? Mm-hmm. So my point is that, like, and after she gets under Shimmer, all of that intensifies just for her to then encounter Isha and just be so, like, accepting of her off the rip, which is like yes, she had a little bit of hesitancy, but then it's just like, dude, she should not be stable enough to take care of this kid,
because that's
what I found that so unrealistic.
No, that's not, to me that's not bad, because when you said that Jinx's Powder is represented through a mental illness, that's not what it is. Her mental illness, or her, like, thing is meant to represent her regrets. That's why a lot of the times you see Milo and what's his name, Clagger. That's why you see them two pop up in season 1. You see them two pop up as, like, the...
But it's not just regrets.
It's not just regrets, but that's what a big part of it. And that's why when she sees the little girl and sees Powder, she sees this girl that hasn't really been... she sees that's what she could have been, and that's why she's so accepting of that. Because it's in a way, it's meant to represent, like, what Jinx would have wanted herself to be had she not killed everything she loved, basically. And that's why she's so accepting of it.
I guess you could say that, but at the same time, it's just like, that would have worked so much better if you didn't set up season 1 the way you did. Because here's the thing, I don't dislike Isha at all. Like, I understand everything you're saying, and I agree with it. But my point is that, like, where she is, right? She just had the biggest manic episode of her entire life, where she blew up the council room, right? She pretty much lost Vi a second time because of, like, the shit that she's done. She's just killed Silco, and on top of all of that, her home, the lanes, everything is like just completely fucked, right? And she's at the most she's like at the end of season 1, she's the most unstable ever. She should not be able to be in a position where she can take care of this kid. She can take this kid under her wing, and like, because of this kid, who, and by the way, even after Isha dies, she should not just be like, oh, Echo comes in, talks her to suicide, all of a sudden, she's happy Jinx again. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. That's what, like, I don't,
because that's what I take, bro. Even after Isha dies, she should not be as fine as she is after Isha dies.
That's why I say, like, I don't like the manic episode, because it's, to me, the manic episode makes sense. You throw it in there. I didn't like how they handled it, though, because it's like, okay, Jinx at the beginning of season 1, she's kind of detached. She's kind of away from everything. Like, that's why we don't see her going crazy. That's why we see, like, the kind of vigilante thing. And after the fight with Vi and Caitlyn, then she has the stabilizer there, which is the kid, who we know she sees the kid cares about her. I have someone who cares about it. It's a good influence. And that's why we see when Isha dies, it should have been a worse manic episode than in season 1, if you ask me.
Yes,
but then they had Echo talk him out of it.
But you know what it is, though, because this is gonna go into something else I'll talk about with
Jinx later. That's why I like Isha.
It feels like they genuinely just took away a lot of her mental illness.
They definitely didn't show it nearly as well.
Not even that they took it away, they downplayed it so much.
They took it away and gave it to Jace.
Literally. Like, they downplayed it so fucking much.
Bro,
It's insane.
It was, in season 1, it was doing really well. In season 2, it's like, I don't know if they forgot about it.
Dude, yeah, just because she had one little tiny thing where Savika's talking to her, where she like sees some like the scribble things around her, and then you never see it again. Yeah. And the fact that it takes until I think the final episode for her to hallucinate Silco is insane. By the way,
no, yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. That's why I don't like a lot of the shit they did with Jinx, is because like, dude, you can't do that. Yeah. Like, the best part about her, the most like the most they did with her in season 1, a lot of those strengths are just either completely taken away or downplayed like crazy in the next season.
Oh no, she hallucinated Silco in like episode like 3.
No, she didn't hallucinate Silco till the finale where he pops up in the cell.
Oh shit.
She talks to his empty chair and she still doesn't hallucinate him. She's like, oh, like I got a friend now, I got good things going for me, da da da. She's talking to his dead chair, or not his dead chair, but his empty chair, and she still doesn't hallucinate him. That is insane.
Yeah, I swear I remember. Oh, never mind.
No, bro, no. But yeah, give your next one, because we need to probably wrap the cons up.
We can go. It doesn't have to be 45 minutes. It can be a little longer. I actually don't have many more here. I'll just go back into Caitlyn really fast, because I don't think we elaborated enough on how dog shit her character is in this season. Yeah. It's like, episode 1, she's grieving her mom's death. That's why I kind of understand why but like the flip from grieving to just neo-Nazi was kind of crazy.
It was crazy.
The fact the fact that she managed to talk Vi into being an enforcer after we had that scene, because the reason she got Vi to be an enforcer is because Vi saw whoever Caitlyn's next little twink was, the little ginger squirrel girl.
I think her name was like Maddie, I think.
Yeah, she saw, like, that girl went up to Caitlyn and was like, I'm glad there's still some good enforcers among us. And Violet saw that, and that's what convinced her to be an enforcer. That's stupid. That's really bad.
That's so dumb.
Caitlyn immediately lying. I already brought this up. I promise I won't change. And then immediately
completely trying to shoot a kid.
Like, bro. And then her walking away and hitting. I will say, I really like the line that's like, where Violet goes to her and goes, then why are you acting like her when talking about Jinx?
Yes, because she was. That. But the problem is that even after that conversation, she continues to act like her.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. It's like, dude, you wasted.
She acted more like season 1 Jinx than Jinx did in this season.
Like, they wasted Caitlyn's character they wasted, not Caitlyn's, they did waste her character, but they wasted Caitlyn and Violet's relationship for about 70% of this.
Bro, one of my next ones is actually about Caitlyn and Vi's romance. But yeah,
I thought it was in season 1.
No, there's a one scene in specific I'm gonna bring up. That makes the whole thing trash.
No, here's my thing. In season 1, I thought it was built up very well. In season, I think maybe in the first, whenever the kiss scene was, I thought it was okay.
Kiss scene.
And then there was the scene where Violet goes. That was when she was like, "Promise you won't change."
Yes.
That scene was good. The fact that they
but that's after Vi becomes an enforcer, and that's terrible.
Yeah, but that's terrible. But I'm talking about specifically just their romance. But then immediately after that, you betray that entire romance, throw it to the side, forget about it, so you can throw Maddie in there as a little fucking.
And to be fair, the only reason why she became an enforcer is because of their romance. You could kind of attribute that as well.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, why?
Yeah, it's just why it was so bad. But, okay.
How many more cons do you have left? Let me just say that.
I don't have a lot. I think I have like 5 more. But I'll give my next one.
Through those really fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my next one. I'm just gonna blow through this because we kind of already talked about it. But like, this is the reason I wrote out for why I didn't like Jinx. And like, first off, it feels like I said this before. They feel like they got completely rid of her mental illness, got rid of almost all of her like rash instability. They nerfed the hell out of her. Yeah. And
she did have some nice fight scenes though.
But she lost all of them.
She did lose.
She lost all of them. And like, I genuinely hate how she's portrayed in this season, because what she became at the end of season 1 was a product of her surroundings and how people have mishandled her and her illness. And she was never irredeemable, and she was never just flat out evil like the season tries to portray she is at times. But she was also never heroic or symbolic like the show tries to pretend she is either. She was a victim of her circumstances, and if anyone was supposed to see that, it was Vi, not Echo.
Yeah.
The fact that she's arguably at her most stable mental state after killing Silco is crazy. And like, the fact that the writers resorted to giving her Isha in order to way to draw parallels to a younger Powder just showed that they had no idea what to do with her, because they gave her a good potential love interest in Echo and then skipped straight from him literally calming her down from suicide to them pulling up together in a fight against Victor, both covered in paint marks they gave each other. Like, season 1 Jinx and season 2 Jinx genuinely feel like different characters because I feel like they just didn't know.
They do feel like different characters, and it's like I already explained to you, I liked a lot of the things they did with Jinx, but I didn't like how they handled the last 2 episodes. Like, I hated the last 2 episodes, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like, there was only, like, a few things from those episodes I even tolerated. One of them was I liked Mel in the last, and I think it was the 8th episode. 7th or 8th episode, one of those two.
Do you have any concepts or no? Because I'm gonna just get through
Literally just list them off and let's
Yeah, okay. The next one is the Caitlyn and Vi romance. It did not move me at all this season either. I tolerated it the first season, I didn't really like it this season. And I told you, when we were talking about Caitlyn and Vi last season, I said there was another pairing of 2 characters that I wish they gave the gay couple to them instead. And I really need you to hear me out with this one, okay? Because at first I'm gonna say it and you're gonna think, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Right? My opinion,
Vander
the gay
and Silco.
couple in this season should have been Jason Victor.
Should have been Vander and Silco.
No, it should have been Jason Victor.
No, yeah.
Because their chemistry is literally infinitely better without all the obvious forced sexual tension. And it's because the writers seemingly don't even care even a little bit about Mel and Jason this season.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I thought they were gay in season 1 until I saw Jace fucking Mel.
Dude, literally, like by the end of the season, bro, they fused their souls together. Like, bro, if you're fusing your souls together, you're soulmates, bro.
Yeah.
Like I would be honest. That shit was just so, because especially like
I have a lot to say about both their characters in the actual pros.
Dude, I wish they would have fucked. I'm serious. I wish they would have kissed. Genuinely. Like, even if that makes me weird, I don't care. I would have preferred that so much more. I wish they would have given the sex scenes to them.
Was there sex in this season?
Yes, and it was really bad.
When was
It's one of my next ones. It's one of my next ones. So I'm gonna continue getting through mine.
Wait, I'm blanking. No,
hold on. I'm gonna continue getting through this shit. Okay. My next one. It makes 0 sense for anyone in Zon to idolize Jinx. I already said this. She does not done anything for them that is meaningful. Pretty much no one likes Silco, and Jinx did all his dirty work, so they have no reason to look up to her or idolize her. The next one. Mel being a mage does not work at all. It's rushed and sudden and out of nowhere. They tried to explain it during that conversation in episode 8 where Mel is talking to Jace about how she conveniently used her abilities to save them and Victor in the bombing, even though we never see that. And she tells him about how since that attack, she would have feelings she couldn't explain, which we also didn't see at all. And I get that maybe if in League of Legends lore, she's a mage and they wanted to put that in the show. But they had zero setup for it. Even to this day, the actual knowledge about the Black Rose is pretty much all from League of Legends lore, which is stupid because number one, you shouldn't have to sit through shit like League of Legends to know what the fuck is going on. And two, because it literally sparks a very significant change to a main character in Mel.
I have something to say about that later. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna very much go against what you just said.
My next one is about the sex scene. Caitlyn and Vi, why the fuck are they having a sex scene in Jinx's cell right after Jinx fled from Vi to go kill herself? After she fled from Vi to go kill herself, by the way. Who in the fucking writing room approved that? She leaves the cell to go kill herself, and Vi is like, yeah, I'll have sex with Caitlyn in here. Like, that is crazy. And then my last one, Jinx's sacrifice at the end means nothing now because they made it canon that she survived and that they hinted that the airship at the end is her getting away. Probably for a cash grab sequel.
Well, yeah, because they literally can't kill her technically because of the game. But let's move to the pros. We already spent too long on this.
Yeah.
All right. I like the kind of flashbacks we get of Vander, like in the bar with Jinx and Powder's mom. Or Jinx and Violet and Jinx's mom. I like the when Victor's in his mind and you kind of see the flashes of the different things.
Yeah,
I like those.
Like
and
we got to see Vi and Powder's mom. That was cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna list a couple off because they're all kind of similar and these are all kind of like. And we also need to speed up a little.
Yeah,
these are also all kind of like very obvious thing. So obviously the music in the season.
Yeah.
Hit again. That's pretty much an obvious of Arcane.
I'm not gonna lie. There was that French song they played when the alternate universe when Powder and Echo were dancing. Like I've listened to it on its own. It's like one of the best songs I've heard in a show before. My favorite, and I think this is one of my favorite scenes from the show. When Violet, when they show Vi after the whatever time skip in the arena, and they have the metal playing, and she's like punching the fucking mirror, punching the bag, didn't hit herself. Yeah. Also, her with the black hair and the kind of pink highlights, bad as hell. Really?
Bad as hell. Okay. Obviously, the fight scenes were still pretty good.
I thought who was bad as hell was Mel after she got the mage transformation.
Yeah. the fight scenes were obviously also very good, even though we didn't get very many of them. And
there was one that was like the Vine power, and the Vine Jinx one was really good.
The Vine Jinx one where Caitlyn
like
was
visually,
there, it was visually very amazing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay, and I have a few more, but I'm gonna let you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to rush through mine. Victor continues to be the GOAT, even though the Hextech / Arcane plotline did feel a bit rushed. Victor's character still continues to be amazing, and there's like the shot where he heals like that first person.
Yeah,
that he heals is so
it had impact frames.
It's so fucking good. It's like it's such a good way to show how powerful he's become without needing a fight scene.
Did you see the impact frame?
No,
like it had an impact frame where like the second he does it, you see the dude's like whole like skeleton.
Oh no, I didn't notice that. Yeah, but like even that just goes to how good it was.
I had written here. I had a lot about Victor and Chase. I had Victor was the best character in this show. Yeah. Or in this,
but like everything he does as like the Herald, I guess, is so fucking good.
No, the very clear religious parallels of him, where he's like I'm not a messiah, but he's walking around with the cane.
Yeah, they call him the Herald and shit. But because that's his whole vision from season 1 realized. That's all he was envisioning in season 1.
No, but like genuinely, they made him Jesus to an extent. He's walking around with the cane, looks like the fucking crook that Jesus carries around, the cloak with the fucking thing over his head. He's healing people,
and also his final form that he's like in at the end is cool as fuck.
It's cool as fuck. And then also this, since we're on Victor, the topic of Victor, I really liked how we see how the Arcane has affected Victor versus Jace. Jace was a very optimistic character in season 1 compared to Victor, who was dying. He's like, I need this now. We see Victor's mind basically get cleared to an extent, and Jace becomes
cleared, but he also like it also does affect him, and it's clouded. He to an extent kind of does become
Jace,
like,
but Jace is like very disarranged. Like he's like, I need to destroy this. The Arcane's too dangerous. All of this. Them fusing at the end, I think, was a very beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. That was so beautiful, dude. It's like, dude, if you're not my soulmate after that, I don't know.
And if anyone listened to the last episode, you know my only complaint really about season 1 was just Jace. And in this season, he was so significantly so much better. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'll say that. I don't think he was bad in season 1, but he was definitely bad.
No, but yeah, but like back to the religious stuff where he's like speaking through other people. In ways where we would see like. Really like how like religion speaks through people and their actions.
Bro, there was certain scenes he had with Ambessa where I'm like, dude, this is like the peakest character in the show talking to the worst fucking one. And you could just see the difference in their dialogue. It's insane.
Is Ambessa in the game?
Yeah, she's a champion, which is why they added her in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I'm gonna go into my next one. In my opinion, Echo. Well, like, cause you brought up Jace, I kind of agree with that. But like, Echo's one of the only characters that actually improved significantly from season 1 to 2, and like his dynamic with the alternate version of Powder was so fucking good.
I just didn't like that we barely saw him fight, because his fights on the board are like the coolest part of the show, and they barely showed it.
Well, it was in the finale, but not really. It was like for the tiniest.
But bro, the fight, the fight between him and Jinx on the bridge with the board, that was
oh
one
my
of the
god,
best
yeah, that
looking.
was sure. Yeah, I'll say this one too. The animation is still very consistent, and at time even exceeds season 1.
Oh no, it was definitely better than season 1.
There are some shots and sequences that are so fucking good. Like obviously Victor healing that first person. The sequence where Vi and like Jinx's fight in episode 3 that simultaneously happens when like what's his name? Jace and Echo and Heimerdinger find that wild rune, and you got like the super cinematic shots, bro. That's when I was talking like after like, cause when I watched that, that's the day I came to you and I was like, yo, bro, this is the best animated show of all time in terms of animation.
Well, yeah,
because after I saw that scene, I was like, dude, this is insane.
No, because the animation in terms of like the big moments in this season 2 get a lot better, and you know why? It's because they cut corners on a lot of scenes. Like there were scenes where they filmed it like a video game kind of cut scene where they're kind of just showing like a sliding thing, flipping back and forth. Yeah. Like when Victor was healing Vander. Instead of giving us like a long and detailed thing, they kind of give a sliding thing so they could cut corners on animation budget to actually spend on the big fights. Yeah. Which is like the last fight also looked really good, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah, and like there's so many other, like when Vi fights Vander, or like pretty much every scene within like Victor's like Mindscape, like Arcane world was super fucking good. And all the shots of Victor's like little utopia he made was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful, bro.
Yeah. But do you have any more?
Yeah. So I have 2 more. I'm actually gonna go with since
we're gonna go over again,
but we're gonna be less on the actual knockout parts. So it's fine because there's less matchups.
Yeah, true.
I have Actually, I really like that Savika ended up as a council member. I think it was a good way.
Oh my god, I hated that. What?
Because they actually had representation of Zahn in the council. It didn't necessarily have to be Savika. I think it just kind of. I think it was kind of like interesting to an extent where it's like the grunt, basically the girl who's never smart enough. That's why she always had to work through Silco and all of this, becoming the like filling the.
But
void.
you don't think that kind of was like a bad message to send based on like oppression, that like you become your oppressors in a way?
But she's not becoming her oppressor. She's
literally a council member though?
She's the council member speaking for Zahn. It's not like she's a rich council member with her own mansion and everything. She's this council member that speaks for Zahn.
I mean, I guess, dude, but it's like, I don't know, that kind of feels like it kind of feels like the same as like when like Vi became an enforcer. It's like,
no, it's entirely different.
I don't know, bro. I didn't really like that.
Savika hated the council for how they treated the underworld. So for her being the one in the council so that she can make sure the.
But I think that's the exact reason why she wouldn't be a council member, though.
No, it makes sense for her to be a council member because that actually shows that she, even though she despises it, she's there to make sure her people get a better life.
I mean, I guess, okay, yeah, I could see that then. I mean, yeah, that's...
And then, here's my other thing. I do like, even though they did a horrible job of explaining it and showing it, I did like Mel's powers, and I liked how in season 1, they're noticeable in season 1. Because you noticed, the reason that you said Mel was so fun, but she always had this, like, faint, like, gold aura around her. And I noticed it, and I thought they were just trying to I thought they were trying to exaggerate her beauty. But now that you look back at it, and you see that her own powers are gold and all of that.
Yeah, but at the same time...
And then it also makes sense how Jace, who was standing right next to Victor, took way less damage than Victor.
Yeah, okay, that's the explanation they gave. But here's my point, though, is that, like, that's not real setup, though.
It's not setup, but it's foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing.
It's foreshadowing, but it's not actual. That's why I'm saying that. But that's why my point was like, it's still, even with that kind of shit, it's like it's too minor to the point where it's like when it does happen, that's why it still feels rushed.
Yeah,
it still feels.
Like, I do think they should have done a better job. I think if the season had another episode, if it was 10 episodes instead of 9, it would have been a lot better.
I think if they had 3 seasons instead of 2, it would have been 10 times better.
Yeah, true.
Because a lot of the shit in season 2 was just rushed.
Yeah. And then I have one more I'll lift up.
Okay.
I think one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then the last one is I like how Isha? Mm-hmm. I really like how he's mute because it like kind of I think it's like perfect for Jinx because there's not anyone who can talk back to her. Because she literally, because like I'm saying, it's this kid where it's like, she's explosive, she'll react to the slightest word if she takes it wrong. So the kid is mute, and then you have Jinx is chaotic, like always talking, all of this, and the kid loves listening to Jinx talk, like we see with, whenever they're doing like the little fight between the 2 bugs, and the kid is like...
Yeah.
That's why I really like that the kid is mute. I think they actually did it decent. Like
I see your point.
I think they should have explained why. They should have shown why. Like, if they showed at the start of the season, her getting like cut in the neck, and that's why she was when she was chased by the guys, and that's why she was mute. I think it would have been a lot better.
She can make sound. So that's the issue.
She can make sound, and she's not deaf. Like, she can hear.
Exactly.
I just wish they would have shown why she was mute. I think that would have made her
because
a lot
better. She's not like mute because of a medical reason, because she makes sound a lot. Yeah. It's just she chooses not to speak, which is
she chooses not to speak, or she doesn't know how to speak.
Well, every human knows instinctively how to speak. It has to be a choice. Like, I'm assuming, at least. But
no, that's why you have to teach a kid words. Like,
well, they still make noise, though.
That's what I'm saying. She makes noise. I think she...
I don't know. Okay, anyway, my point, though, is that, like, I understand everything you're saying, and, like, I understand how, but, like, thematically that can work, because, like, obviously, like, Jinx talks a lot, she does it, My thing is that the way she's written, she doesn't feel like an actual character. She feels like a mirror, right? The fact that she doesn't speak only goes to, like, kind of double down on that. It's like, yeah, she's not a real character, because it's like, yeah, obviously it's representation for people who are mute and stuff, which is like cool, but my point is, like, if you're going to do that, make them an actual character. She doesn't even sign. She doesn't do anything. Like, she just communicates by like very simple gestures.
My question is, do you think they even have sign language in the League of Legends universe?
They should, if they have people who are mute. Yes. Like, yes.
I don't think they would.
So you don't think a city that has a literal magic gates to do fucking shipping transports don't have sign language?
They have addicts. Like, what do you think? They don't care about the people that are like disabled in any sort of way. That's kind of a whole point of the show.
Yeah, but like, dude, just because like
that's like a whole point of Victor in the first season is he only got there because of his intelligence.
I think they would have sign language. I think the Undercity would definitely have sign language.
The Undercity.
And she's from the Undercity.
The Undercity would have some form of communication. I would agree with that.
Okay, yeah. She doesn't. But like, we don't even see her doing any form of sign. A lot of it is just like tapping them, pointing. It's like that's not like.
Yeah.
So like that's why when I say I didn't like that she didn't speak, it's not because of like I didn't like the representation part of it. It was because like the way she's written, she doesn't feel like an actual character. She feels like a mirror, and the fact that she doesn't talk kind of fucking like makes it worse in a way.
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about. But
I think that was all of mine.
Okay, I'll just speed through the rest of mine because we're like 5 minutes over. Okay, I don't know whether it's the Arcane manifesting itself as Sky or just like Sky's essence that's still living within the Hex Core, but it just works really well.
Because I think the Hex Core absorbed Sky in like episode 7
because in my head I didn't know if it was like it absorbed Sky and that's like her real like essence, or if that's like the Arcane manifesting itself to Victor as Sky. But
I think it's meant to be up to interpretation.
Yeah.
But I think either way you interpret it still works.
Yeah, it works. Man, next one, the music and the soundtrack was really good. You already talked about this. That one French song is really fucking good. The scene where Vander reunites with Vi and Jinx was really good. The fact that Isha was there was kind of annoying, but it's still a good scene. Dr. Revek or Singed or whatever his name is, Singed, whatever his name is actually really fucking good. Like,
you reminded me of Mr. Freeze.
A little bit, yeah. Like, the fact that obviously he created Vander / Warwick, which is obviously really cool. But his motivation of wanting to save his wife, presumably, because we don't know if it's his wife.
Was he in like the 3rd episode of season 1 where they blew up the factory? I actually couldn't remember because they said
I think he was.
He's the one who made Shimmer.
He is the one who made Shimmer. But and we saw that in season 1. But he was, because that's where he dragged out Vander. That's the last time we saw Vander. And yeah, I just thought like him having the motivation of like I'm assuming it's his wife, like saving her, like just made his character so much better. And yeah, and then my next one, the only good thing Caitlyn does this season is betray Ambessa.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only good thing she does. And that's like kind of impressive that she does anything good at all, considering she literally just started gassing people just cause.
Like, we're gonna get Jinx out here.
Yeah, literally, yeah. And then I like how in the final 3 episodes, or not the final 3 episodes, but I think like episode like 6 and 7, we get to see what Echo, Chase, and Heimerdinger actually went through when they touched the Arcane. Because in my head, that's not actually an alternate reality. That's just like what the Arcane is showing them. And it made Jace going after Victor in episode 6 so much better because it provided actual good context behind it.
I just didn't like that they sidelined them for like 7 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't like Echo. Yeah, I don't like this sideline at all. But yeah,
I think Heimerdinger should have had a way bigger part in the show entirely.
True.
Like, even in season 1, I think his part should have been bigger, but especially in season 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, bro, if they tied Heimerdinger, I know nothing about the game and the lore, but if Heimerdinger had some ties with, like, the Black Rose, went from, like, where he saw them in, like, an ancient form of them or something like that, I think that would have been cool. Or if, like, in that one flashback where we see, like, the...
Yeah, because I think it's implied that, like, the mages are all the Black Rose. Because I think that's what she says to Mel, is that, like, oh, you guys are mages, and they're like, oh, well, they call this different stuff. So it's like, it's kind of implied that all the and like Heimerdinger talks about mages in season 1.
Like, I think it would have been cool if he had a past with the Black Rose, and that's how you get some exposition on them. Like,
yeah, because then it doesn't make you feel like the Black Rose didn't literally just pop up out of nowhere.
Yes, bro, because they like when the scene where they attacked Ambessa, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, what is happening? When I first saw that, the first time I watched it, I was like, genuinely, what is going on? And my next one, pretty much every scene in the alternate universe / the Arcane was really fucking good, even though I didn't like that they had to do in an alternate universe. Because I thought it was really funny how we got to see Echo hang out with a good version of Powder and like get buns while Jace is literally fighting for his life. Like, I thought that was really
pretty funny.
Like there's a scene where it's like they're like dancing and like they're having a really good time, like they had their first kiss or whatever. And then it just instantly cuts to Jace just fucking like going through it and escaping that little cave he was in. I was like, bro, like you get transported into a different universe. One of you just gets like the greatest reality of all time, and the other you is just fucking just like stuck.
I mean, honest, the more I think about it, I'm like, bro, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I only gave this season 8 because of Jace and Victor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If those two characters,
a lot of the stuff was really bad, dude. Yeah, but I only have 2 more left. The twist of the mage who gave Jace the rune when he was a child being Victor was so good.
Yeah.
It was
no, I'm not gonna lie. The second I saw Victor walking, I actually kind of predicted that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, because the second because like once you see the mage again in season 2, before you know it's Victor, you know it's him.
No, because like I'm saying, like when I was watching it, and the second I saw Victor with the hood and holding the staff, I'm like, fuck, they're gonna do some time travel shit. And then they did the time travel.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, you predicted it before I did. I predicted it once they got to alternate universe and he saw the mage again. I'm like, oh fuck, that's Victor.
No, dude, because I was sitting there in denial. I'm like, just don't be time travel, just don't be time travel. And then it was time travel.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
Yeah. My last one, the last sequence in the finale between Victor and Jace was so good. It was so beautiful and it was so good for both their characters, bro.
Yeah, no, like,
that was like probably the best way they could have ended it. And then they decided to give Powder / Jinx that terrible sacrifice just for her not to die.
Yeah. As a heterosexual man, this might be the only time I've wished I saw gay sex.
Thank you. Yes, bro. I was honestly, bro, this is why I didn't want to record this with Justin here, because I was like, I cannot say that in front of Justin. I wanted these two full-grown men to have anal sex with each other on the fucking screen.
No, but seriously.
Like, I wanted to watch the gay porn.
Seriously, like, I feel like making Jace bisexual isn't even the craziest leap in his character either. And I think Victor was very clearly Victor was very clearly established as not into women. I'm not gonna say clearly established, but because he was obsessed with his work, and that's why he didn't. That's why he kind of.
Yeah, that don't mean he's not into women, though.
You could kind of write it that way with how they started.
No, I mean, yeah, like if you could definitely.
But more. But
I don't think it was already established.
More what I'm going here. I think Jace's character, making him bisexual, with how much he's like. I think thematically it would have also been good to make him bisexual with in the first season how he's struggling between different I want my company here, but I also have the people to support. I think if you made his whole character of it's like I want this, but there's this as well. Like I think bisexuality would have tied in very good there.
But then again, I also feel like if you did that, you couldn't do Vi and Caitlyn, because the existence of Vi and Caitlyn being so like kind of casual implies that there's pretty much no homosexuality in the Arcane universe.
Or not that there's no that there's no
or that there's
homophobia.
That's what homophobia. Yeah, wrong word. But you get what I mean. The fact that like that happens so easily, and then Caitlyn is able to so easily just get with like the fucking Maddie, like it kind of implies that there isn't really homophobia to that extent. So like if you wanted to give Jace that pawn, which I think could have been good,
you kind of had to establish.
Yeah, you kind of had to like establish a different sort of public view of homophobia, I think. But yeah, that was our review. We're gonna cut it here for this section. If you're watching this, we're gonna go on to the next section with Justin, and we'll explain that.
The next section is gonna be round 2 of our knockout game.
But we'll just explain it when we record.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're gonna go to the next thing now.